I'm good, thank you. Welcome to the YBNB show. Today is Friday, business day. You know I do Monday body, Wednesday mindset, Friday business, but today's Friday and I was in the gym, so it doesn't matter. I combine them all because they're all linked. I'm going to talk to you today about business, and in particular, something that we come across a lot, which is people plateauing in business. What I mean by that is that they have had a business for years. It gets to it's all exciting at the beginning, it gets to a point where it's like a comfort zone almost. You know, it's giving the owner a decent living, it's paying all the expenses, and it then sort of bobs along for a long time. I myself have been in this situation and had a business that sort of plateaued, as we call it, for about 7 years. And what I would say is, if you're happy with that, then great. You know, it becomes a lifestyle business, but the excitement goes out of it. And you think about business in the first place. Yes, it's to, you know, obviously earn a profit and earn a living and, you know, generate excitement for the owner, but also it's to make an impact. And if you can, why wouldn't you? Especially bearing in mind longevity now and the fact that, you know, we've got so much opportunity to do lots of things over a lengthy period of time. So normally, as I say, when businesses plateau, the interest and excitement goes out of it. I should just say, by the way, I'm not supposed to be really sitting here in the gym. So I might get moved along, and if I do, I will move upstairs because I'm mid workout today. But anyway, so if it plateaus, very often people wait for something like COVID to put them under pressure to make a change. And my suggestion is always, you know, if you would have to make a change at that point anyway, why not make a change immediately and change the business into something, you know, super exciting. And always ever evolving. So how do you do that? If you've got a business that's plateaued, that's stagnated, how do you make the change? So I'm going to tell you 5 things that I know work. I've done them myself. I've seen other people do them with great success, and you can do them right away. On YBNB, we go into this in a lot of detail. We have a whole business section where I actually help people on a group basis and also private client basis to take their business to a level where they never would have believed possible. Just this last week, we had someone who's transformed her career and her business. You know, she got the deal of a lifetime, really. She never expected to get. So anyway, first thing, what do you do? Well, you assess the market. What I mean by that is when you started a business, the market, there were certain market conditions that prompted you to do that. These things change, don't they? They change in every respect, not just when you get a big shock like the pandemic or the financial crisis, but they change and ever evolve anyway. So the first thing to do when you actually decide that you have stagnated. Stagnation, what's the definition? Well, it's up to you, but you know, if your business has stayed the same, the numbers have stayed the same for about 3 years, that's probably a plateau. So if you are going to reassess the market, what has actually changed? And you can do that using something called PESTLE. What that stands for, and it's a well-known set of things that you can look at. P, the political. So you look at what's happened politically. You know, maybe the government is putting funds now into something that they weren't before, encouraging businesses to do things that they weren't before. So that's the political side. Economic, what's going on in the economy. Obviously, we've got some massive economic changes. I just saw a report this morning that says that we're in for a massive boom. So what's going on in the economy? Should we really go for it, or should we knuckle down? It looks like there's going to be a boom, like I say. S is sociological. And what people are looking for, you know, how these general cultural and social climate is changing. If people are a lot more, for example, aware of fitness now, they're a lot more interested in the environment, protecting the environment. So those types of businesses would be, you know, probably should thrive, shouldn't they? T, technological. What's going on with technology? You know, maybe you're doing things still manually that now a computer could do, a machine could do. Maybe you could automate something. Maybe you could grow and serve new markets purely through technological changes. Environmental, I came on to it a little bit better before, but you know, whereas before maybe there wasn't such an awareness of the environmental impact of a business, there really is now. So for example, you wouldn't want to be, you know, producing a lot of doing anything that produces a lot of environmental impact, negative impact. You never would have done, but particularly now. So that's changed. And then L, legal. You know, would there be any legal changes since we first started that could, you know, I'm thinking maybe through the property market where, you know, landlords now have it much more difficult to actually make a return on buy-to-lets, for example. So there will be legal changes that might impact the market in which you work. So that's really assessing the market. Now, the second thing is about reassessing yourself. and your own interests, your own strengths, and you know, in particular now, what you're experienced at, because obviously your own experience would have been dramatically different to how it was when you started. So I'm talking about a real SWOT analysis of yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, your threats. You know, your life changes, life would have changed. Maybe you've got dependence now, or maybe you haven't got dependence any longer. Maybe you live somewhere different. Maybe you just, you're interested in different things. And certainly your experience would have changed. So when you are reassessing yourself, then, take all of that into account, because, we are ever evolving creatures. Why should we carry on doing the same thing week in, week out, year in, year out? And that YBNB is very much focused on helping individuals to, assess their future. If we're helping people to get stronger and fitter and to live routinely past 120, but that's a lot of future. So what you're going to do with all of that future? So reassessing yourself, your goals, your plans, and your own sort of SWOT analysis of yourself is really, really important. Okay, so then once you've done that, I think the time then is to now really think about your business and to rewrite, or actually write for the first time, your business plan. If you haven't already done that before, this is the time to do it, because in a business plan, what you do is you look at the environment in which you're working, the market you're serving. You look at, different competitors who's actually come in, what the other offerings are. You look at what's needed and you decide what your actual niche is going to be. On YBNB, I created this model for Jim Sport for growth, innovation, marketing, sales, finance, operations, raving fans, trust, culture. We use that framework. But you can use a business plan of any framework. I would suggest the YBNB one. I know it works. And you put together this business plan, and you actually then identify the strategies that you have chosen to implement to achieve this plan. And so it's a real refresh. And if you've got a team, once you've actually written this, well, you can run it by them to start off with and get their input. But once you've got this and you then sort of present it to them and you get everybody's buy-in, it really can give massive sort of new sort of interest, energy, and excitement into the business, and it gives you lots more things to to build your brand with, to market with. So it really, really refreshes the business when you have a new business plan. And obviously you have to put the numbers all around it and everything like that, and be very, very specific about what it is you're aiming for, and then off you go. Now, off you go is point 4, because that is all about basically having energy to actually implement this new plan. Because, just because you've written it down doesn't mean to say that it's going to work. And like, as we know, a business owner goes through so many things that no one sees on the outside. It is hard work, because I know myself, having been in business for a long time and also working with business owners, a lot. No one gets away without a lot of pressure, stress, decisions to make. And, sometimes you feel pressured from all angles. And in order to cope with that, you need, number one, a lot of energy physically. And number 2, you need a lot of that mental toughness, resilience, resourcefulness, and to be able to, push things forward, stay motivated, come up with new innovations, be happy to change things if you need to, be decisive, eradicate doubt, eradicate fear. The way you do that is to be decisive and not indecisive. And so that's point 4, really, is to do things for yourself as a business owner and for your team to make sure that energy is there. And this leads me on to the 5th thing. And that is that, all of these things sound easy. They're not easy, but they are a lot easier if you do them with someone who knows what they're doing. And this is my 5th point, and this is my message to you, is to get yourself a coach to help you do this. We're now familiar with coaches, with our body, personal trainers, for example. We're familiar with coaches for, things like, relationship counselling or things of that nature. But we tend to only use business professionals for things that either we have to or when we've got a real problem. And sorry, my battery went then back again. Business coaches are still quite rare. When I ask people, have you used a business coach? Often the answer is no, they've never considered it. And if you want to move your business forward in the way that I've described, why reinvent with a wheel is what I would say. You can take advantage of other people's experience. You can get someone to really sort of be in your corner, bounce ideas off, help you, eradicate this indecision and fear that I spoke about, and really help you to push forward. And this is what we provide at YBMP, and it is absolutely unique, this program that we've put together, because I don't just provide business coaching and business strategies. I come from the angle that, if you have a strong body, if you have a strong mind, and then you have the business strategies, you can make a massive impact. You can move forward really, really quickly. And that's therefore what we provide on YBMB. We provide support and coaching in all these three areas. And you can do it, either privately with me, or you can do it as part of a group. So you get that peer group as well, and do it with my team and me. Or alternatively, you can even do it on your own time and do it online. But we're starting this new longevity program at the beginning of June. And that is for me to help you to completely turn everything around, to turn around your body, to turn around your mindset, and to turn around your business. If it's plateaued, if you want to start a new one, if you're in a job and you want to start, really give your career some oomph and move yourself forward, that's what we're going to be doing. We've got some fantastic success results already, and I would love you to be one of those. So thanks for listening. I've done 4 sets so far. I'm just going to drink this shake, and then I'm going to carry on. So have a lovely Friday. Enjoy your weekend.